How do we read 2 Chronicles for all it's worth? This is a book that records the history of the southern kingdom of Judah, from the reign of Solomon to the conclusion with the Babylonian exile. The decline of Judah is a disappointing, painful bit of history, but the emphasis is on the spiritual reformers who zealously seek to turn the people back to their God. The northern kingdom of Israel is rarely mentioned. Somehow, in spite of the destruction of the temple, the book is there to issue a call to the worshipper to dwell in the present, to finish strong, believing and worshipping. 2 Chronicles, as a story, as a narrative, gives us a cycle of righteousness, then corruption, then repentance, followed by divine restoration. What does it teach? About the temple of God, it teaches that using the plans God gave Solomon's father, David, Solomon was assigned to the task way before his birth. For his call to build this magnificent edifice was all of grace, never just of his doing, as is the call of the believer. And the story goes to portray types of worshippers, or worshippers in different seasons of life. See, there's some who go into preservation mode. Once the kingdom split under the rule of Rehoboam, Solomon's son, the Levites from all over Israel sided with Rehoboam and flocked to Jerusalem to continue their priestly duties. Preservation mode. When things go south, when things go bad, some of us just want to capture and preserve the glory days. Some were completely rebellious. Suddenly, some found the opportunity to say God was never real. He never performed miracles. He never favored us. Therefore, we can live whatever way we want to. We make the rules. Then there were some few kings, such as Solomon, who started off well, acknowledging that God is the initiator of all good things, but fell away and brought their nation to a sad end, with the glory and the favor of God being retracted from Israel. Others strayed, were shaken by the events, but realizing that they're going the wrong way, repented, the likes of Manasseh. And every time God's people repented, turned away from their independence, they were restored in God. There was a minority of rulers, such as Hezekiah, according to 2 Chronicles, and Josiah, who were, after their death, honored with an amazing epitaph. He did right in the sight of the Lord. You read that in chapter 29, verse 2, and in chapter 34, verse 2 of 2 Chronicles. And that depicts consistent worship. The point of the narrative of 2 Chronicles is that there is an opportunity for the believer to attract favor. And that opportunity is always here for as long as we live. For God is never a cruel, angry God ready to punish, but ever ready to restore those who turn their life focus on Him. Ready to favor and to bless. This book issues the call to travel well in life, to finish strong, to keep on believing in spite of our beginnings, heritage, events of history. For really, true history tells us that God was gracious in the past, that God was faithful and real to our forefathers, and there is no good reason to abandon Him or to doubt Him.